Hey everyone, what is going on? And welcome back to another video. So today we are in the Ultra League, and this is actually an older submission. I think it was from early this season. It's possible it's from like later last season. But either way, the team is going to be Shadow Drapion with Xerneas and Dragonite. So really spicy, especially that Xerneas. Xerneas, of course, you see more so in the Open Master League ever since it got GEOMANCY, but we're taking a look at it in the Open Ultra League. And this trainer does have a YouTube channel, so I will leave a link in the description down below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into some battles. These are going to be some pretty spicy ones. Shadow Drapion into Pangoro. So Pangoro, not a Pokemon you see every day, but pretty cool nonetheless. Now, of course, Pangoro is going to be that dark typing. It's going to resist, actually dark fighting type, so it's heavily going to resist Crunch. So you definitely want to go for that Sludge Bomb as we saw there. Nice catch, but what did you catch? Okay, catching the close combat, that was a good catch. That still does so much damage. Unfortunately, a Tapu Fini is coming out from the opponent. Tapu Fini does a pretty good job at walling Dragonite, but at the same time, Dragonite does resist the Water Gun attacks. So you got that going for you. I mean, you're getting it low. You're getting it low at the very least, so maybe walling it is not the proper way to say it. Because look how low you got it. But Tapu Fini does win this matchup, but that's actually pretty close. Closer than I thought it was going to be. But at the same time, they did farm up a lot of energy as well. So, Drapion is coming back in. It's going to go ahead and respect that Moonblast. I'm surprised the opponent didn't go for the Surf there. This is definitely a Surf. Just going to let it go with the Drapion. Yep, there we go. Very nice. Unable to Poison Sting down. You love to see it. So Cobalion coming in. So Cobalion does a good job of walling Drapion, right? But you might as well throw some attacks. Going to throw that Sludge Bomb, and now out comes the Xerneas. Okay. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if the Xerneas does throw Moonblast attacks because it is neutral, and you don't really want to debuff. He's actually maybe go for, yeah, okay, that actually makes sense. Charging up for the back-to-back and throwing the close combat, and so you have another one if they shield, and they do shield. Gonna go ahead and throw another Xerneas, throw another Geomancy just to make sure they don't attempt to catch, and that was actually on CMP, so very nice there. Gonna let this one go. Sacred Sword still gonna be enough to KO just because you're double debuffed, but Drapion is coming in and it can immediately throw that Sludge Bomb into the Pangoro, which will be enough to KO. Actually, never mind, it won't be enough to KO. I mean, you have to shield this. Even a Night... does that thing have Night Slash? No matter what it has, you still have to shield it. Ah, man, they do make it to another move. That's really unfortunate. Night Slash might not KO. It is a Night Slash. It does not KO. You're literally hanging on with 1 HP, able to go for the Crunch, and even though this move is heavily resisted, it's still going to be enough to KO, and that is going to be a beautiful game. Very well played to both trades. That was crazy. That was a crazy win. I really enjoyed that win. Okay, moving on. Picking up a pretty bad matchup. I mean, you do have the Sludge Bomb, though. Crunch is actually resisted, so you generally do want to go for that Sludge Bomb, or at the very least bait it, but we do see a defense drop, though, which is nice. So the Poliwrath is going to go ahead and throw an attack. It's going to be a Scroll, makes sense. Not enough to KO, and going to go ahead and go into the Dragonite. You do have to watch out for Ice Punch, though. If they're running Ice Punch, this is really scary, and they are not because they go for the Scald. Either that, maybe it was a bait, who knows. Probably running Dynamic Punch, though, or some other move on that Poliwrath. Either way, Walrein comes in, and yeah, I mean, at least you're going to be able to pick up a shield. And you do make it to the Dragon Claw, which is nice. So, Dragon Claw, if they think it's a superpower, they might shield. They do shield, very nice indeed. So, I would say it was worth it. So, Xerneas, close combat is going to be enough. It should be enough to KO the Walrein. I mean, Xerneas, not really the bulkiest Pokemon in the Ultra League, though, but still able to take that. Okay, I thought maybe we would see an attempted catch, but not necessary. Just going to be able to go for this close combat, which actually will not be enough to KO, and now we switch out into the Drapion. I guess it was good that you didn't catch because you would have given up all this energy. So Poliwrath is coming in. You still have a shield. Have we seen the last Pokemon? I don't think we have seen it. Xerneas does have to give up the shield right now. It's going to be a Skull, which makes sense. We have not seen it. It's actually going to be a Muck. I think the Xerneas is going to faint, unfortunately. Yeah, the Xerneas is going to faint. Yeah, down it goes. Good game, well played. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. Shadow Drapion into Xerneas. Okay. You would have loved to see the Xerneas on this, but unfortunately it is not. I'm going to go ahead and go straight for that crunch. It is neutral. So this is going to do so much damage, and now in comes Xerneas. Okay, Skunk Tank is coming in, which is not great for the Xerneas, but at least you can get to back-to-back close combats right now. So close combat number 1 is coming out, and that will pick up the shield, and that was a CMP tie. Do you let the Xerneas go, or do you shield this one up? Gonna actually let it go, but it's not gonna be enough to KO because it is a crunch, and because Xerneas resists that. Even though you're debuffed, you do get off that close combat. So that was a good call there. Now Dragonite is coming in. I wouldn't be surprised to see a farm down, shield farm down. That makes sense to me. So Dragonite is gonna go ahead and give up that shield right now. And yep, able to get that farm down. You love to see it. So Dragonite, I've used Dragonite a decent amount of times in the Ultra League. I always use the Shadow version because I love that Dragon Breath damage. But here we're seeing the regular version, but that's okay. Oh, gonna go ahead and catch the Shadow Ball. Either the Shadow Ball or maybe they baited with the Surf, but either way you caught it. Nope, gonna be the Shadow Ball. Beautiful catch there. Unfortunately, Haxorus can come in and throw a Breaking Swipe, which is exactly what's going on here. Okay, they do farm down. You do resist the counter damage, and down goes Haxorus. Haxorus is really frail, and you do have 2 attacks on that dragon. I think that catch was really, really strong. That was a really good catch, because you did catch the Shadow Ball. Luckily, they didn't bait, right? So you can throw this. This is not going to be enough to KO, but can you Dragon Breath down afterwards? Oh, maybe not. You still have a shield. Oh, I think you can, even if they bait here, right? I don't think they make it to another one, and they do bait, which makes sense. And they do not make it to another one. Dragonite takes that. Good game. Well played. All right, moving on. We'll see the Shadow Drapion into the Aurorus. Okay. I guess Aqua Tail would be pretty nice here, but you don't have Aqua Tail. But just obviously going to immediately throw the Crunch. Maybe go for a debuff. Maybe switch out. No, you can't really switch out because you have Dragonite in the back, so you have to stay in. Hoping for a debuff, but no debuff there. I'm going to go ahead and shield the potential Meteor Beam. It probably is Meteor Beam. It is. Very nice indeed. Very nice call there. And now Drapion can get off another Crunch. It's not going to KO, and it's not like you could Poison Sting down, right? But they do shield it up. Do you let this go? You do let this go. This is actually tough because Xerneas... Oh, it's just a Weather Ball. That's good. But Xerneas really needs to get to an attack to KO. However, if you land this Crunch, maybe you could Geomancy down if you get the defense drop. We do see the defense drop, and they throw an attack, which is really nice. I'm actually surprised the opponent didn't throw the Meteor Beam last turn, but Weather Ball will be enough to KO. And now Xerneas is coming in. Xerneas really would want that farm down. We know this is going to be Weather Ball. There's no way they throw Meteor Beam here. Yeah, Weather Ball. But can you get the farm down? You really have to. You can't. But we know... Okay, so this is just a Weather Ball, so you'll live it. But it's unfortunate that you had to take it. But you do get that beautiful farm down, which is really nice. And Xerneas, with this energy, could be very deadly. Trevenant coming in. Okay. Okay. Play rough. 2 play roughs should be enough to KO. They're going to go ahead and shield. And the switch into Dragonite. I like that switch. The only thing is they will make it to a Shadow Ball. But the switch... Ooh. Switch into Virizion. They have to have Stone Edge. If you switch like that... Well, the thing is, I guess Virizion wants to avoid Xerneas, though. So maybe that's why we saw the switch there. Let's see. I mean, I would imagine they do have the Stone Edge since they switched like that. Before throwing a Shadow Ball, at least. But we'll see. I mean, if they throw the Sacred Sword... No, it is Stone Edge. Makes sense. They're going to make it. Yeah, they're going to make it to an attack. You have to hope... Oh, it's Leaf Blade. I was going to say you have to hope Sacred Sword doesn't KO. I think it would have KO'd anyway. Good game. Moving on. Drapion into Registeel. Okay, not really ideal. But I guess you have to chill here and you have to stay in for right now. Maybe could potentially switch, but looks like this train is not switching. So Drapion is going to go ahead and get hit with this attack. Totally fine. Zap Cannon, you do live a Zap Cannon. They can't farm you down. No debuff, which is nice. Registeel sometimes is in a difficult position, right? Because it's very tough to lock on down. Like in this situation, you cannot do it. So if you're the Drapion, you can fight for switch here, and there's nothing the opponent can do about it. I mean, they could shield as well, but Yeah, they do go ahead and switch into Dragonite. Now, out comes Xerneas. This is a beautiful matchup. This is where you really want to see it. Unless if they have Hurricane, which I really doubt. So that's why the Xerneas is not going to shield it. It's going to be Dragon Claw. That is double resisted. You probably do want to go for this single resisted superpower, but at the same time, you are debuffing yourself if you do that. But I still think it's worth it. Okay, yeah, I mean, you can't. The unfortunate thing is you actually can't farm down at full health. So they actually shield that though. That will allow Xerneas to get to another Moonblast, which will be enough to knock out. And that's beautiful there. Swampert is coming in, trying to get to a close combat. Able to get it off. Very nice. Will the Swampert shield this one up, or will they let this attack go? Only time will tell. They do shield it up. It is a Shadow, so out comes the Dragonite. Now out comes Registeel. But one superpower will KO the Registeel, and the opponent will concede. And that's going to be a great submission. Thank you so much for sharing your battle experiences with us. And I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.